Friends, in this video, we are going to learn how to check MK1 dual starter with multimeter, in which we learn a complete testing procedure for this motor starter and also learn how to repair your motor starter. So let's start video and first see working of this motor starter. So when you press start push button, your motor starter is running, and when you press stop push button, your motor starter will stop. In this video, we will learn a complete testing procedure for control terminals and also learn power terminals. So let's start video and first see basic component of this motor starter. So you can see in upper section of this motor starter, we have one overload relay. It's overload relay section, and it's a contactor section by which motor terminal connection is done, and it's NVC coil. When NVC coil operates, so motor starter will operate. Okay, it's a basic three component for this motor starter, and you can see we connect RYB input power supply to overload relay input terminal when motor starter operate. So this RYB supply comes here and goes to motor terminal. Okay, so it's a power terminal of motor starter. So before you start testing, first learn a basic working and wiring of this motor starter. So you can see it's an NVC coil, and its operating voltage is 500 volt. That means we need to connect a two phase. So first phase connect directly to NVC coil, okay, and second phase connect to P4 terminal, which is ANO terminal of this overload relay. When you press start push button, so P4 and P3 is ANO. When you press the start push button, supply comes here, and we take one connector here to P3 to P2, and it's a ANO NC points. Okay, so supply comes continuously here, it's a NC point. The supply comes continuously here and connect to NVC coil. Okay, so when you press the start push button, so phase comes here and NVC coil will operate. And for holding connection is very simple. Now let's see how holding is working. So for holding connection, you can see P4 and contactor fourth terminal. ANO terminal is in normal condition, it's ANO. Okay, in normal condition it's ANO, and when contactor operate, so it will make NC. Okay, when contactor operate, so it will make NC. So P4 supply comes continuously in fourth terminal when contactor operate. Okay, and we connect one connector here to P3 terminal for holding purpose. You can see we connect one blue connector here. So this supply will comes here when contactor operate, and we connect one connector here for holding purpose. It's a basic wiring. Okay, when you press start push button, so our motor starter will hold permanently. So it's basic wiring and working of this motor starter. Okay, also you cannot check your motor starter by tester because we connect to two phase. Okay, and one phase connects here, and with the coil phase continuous comes here, so you cannot find fault by tester. Okay, so for finding fault of this motor starter, you need to use multimeter. Now for testing, first check NVC coil of motor starter. So just we start motor starter and NVC coil is operate. Okay, by the way, if your NVC coil is not operate, by pressing start push button. Okay, so first select multimeter on voltage range and just check voltage. If your NVC coil not operate, then okay, you can see for now voltage coming is 405. That means operating voltage is okay. If your operating voltage is okay and NVC coil not operate, that means your NVC coil is defective. For now NVC coil is operate, that means NVC coil is okay. Okay, NVC coil is okay. First terminal to first terminal continuity comes when motor starter will operate. So we start motor starter manually operate. Okay, second terminal to second terminal continuity should come when motor starter operates. So we just manually operate. Second terminal continuity is okay. Third terminal to third terminal continuity should come. So we just operate manually, and it's showing continuity. That means our three power terminal is okay. If continuity not come when motor starter operate, that means your power terminal is defective. Okay, and P1 and P2 control terminal, which is NC. So in normal condition, supply comes continuously. When you press stop push button, so supply cut up. Okay, so P1 and P2 is the NC. When you press start push button, supply will cut up, and P3 and P4 is ANO. Okay, in normal condition, supply not pass. When you press start push button, so supply will pass, and you can see continuity when you press the start push button. Okay, so it's control terminal of this motor starter, and also we have P4 and contactor fourth terminal. You can see P4 and contactor fourth terminal is in NO. In normal condition, when your contactor stops, supply will not pass. Okay, when contactor operate, so it will show continuity. Okay, so P4 and contactor fourth terminal is in NO. When contactor operates, so it will make NC. So when contactor operate, it should show continuity. And for NVC coil testing, when you connect this probe to NVC coil, it should show resistance. Okay, it should not show open loop or continuity. It should show resistance. If resistance is showing, that means your NVC coil is operated. It is showing resistance, that means NVC coil is op. Also, if your motor starter control terminal NO and NC is not working, so how you can check? So first checking of this NO and NC contacts. If not working, so open both screw and you can see this is NO point. Okay, it's a NO point, and you can see connector connects here when we press the start button. Okay, so when we press start button, so this connector will connect here. If your connector is carbonized or any other damage, so your NO will not work. If your connector is carbonate, so just clean your connector with emery paper or any lubricant. Okay, so first clean these contacts and your NO will work. And for NC, if your NC is not working, so it's a NC connect. Okay, in normal condition it connects properly. Okay, when we press this button, so it will NO. Okay, in normal condition it is NC. Okay, so in normal condition it should show continuity. Okay, and if NC is not working, so just clean both contacts clearly and your NC will work. Okay, you can see both connector should be clean for working of NC of this motor starter. Okay, so you can repair your NO and NC terminal by cleaning these contacts. Okay, and also learn tripping mechanism for this motor starter. So in this overload relay, we have 3-phase power supply. So this connector for R phase, Y phase and B phase, and also we have 3 strips connect to each of the phase, and each strip we have coils. When high current will flow in this connector, so magnetic field will generate, and by magnetic field it will heat up. If maximum current flowing this connector, so it will trip like this, and for releasing just press stop push button. You can see for second terminal, when it will heat up, so it will trip, and for resetting just press stop push button. So when this connector will heat up, so it will trip your motor starter, and for resetting just press stop push button. I hope you clear the concept of this motor starter testing and working. For today is enough. We'll meet in next